Working as a freelancer, if you want to go self-employed, you're ready to go self-employed, you're going to need people skills, you're going to need good work ethic, time management skills, cleanliness, and sales skills. Well, it goes without saying. So oftentimes we get good on the tools and we think, well, I'm good at plastering walls, I'll go and work for myself and I'll be really, really busy because people keep telling me how great my work is and my work looks so great. But that's only one piece of the puzzle, because when you start working for yourself, you need all these other skills, guys. People skills, time management skills, marketing skills, sales skills. If we overlook this, don't matter how good you are on the tools and how nice your work looks, people aren't just going to knock your front door and give you work. So you have to be able to bang the drum and sell yourself, sell your business. You've got to become your own cheerleader. And if you want to scale, those skills have to be even more potent, and you've got to look at upskilling yourself even more. So I put here, leadership skills is what you'll need if you want to scale your plastering business. Okay, strategic thinking, like with your financial thinking, you've got to be very strategic. You need to be resilient. So you'd have to be very resilient to stress. For example, things going wrong. You know, managing a machine, if, you know, the cog stopped turning, let's change this part here, is different to managing people and dealing with their dramas and stress every day. You know, you have to become a counsellor at work and dealing with your lads and dealing with the stress that brings. People are unpredictable. You don't even have to going to turn up half the time. So one of the other challenges of being in this manager position here is the constant search for staff all the time. That can become overwhelming and stressful in itself, because you just about build your team and then someone fucks off and leaves. They might have been your lead man, your wing man, who you rely on, and now they've left. And this is what happened to me. And, you know, I had Matt for 10 years and a couple of apprentices. When they leave, it throws a spanner in the works, and now you've got to find somebody else, and that can become exhausting sometimes. Trying to find the right people for your business is even if you've been in the game decades, it can still be the hardest challenge, finding the right people for your business. So you got to have a resilience there, financial skills, guys. What skills do you need to become a specialist? You need specialist skills and knowledge in a specific niche. You need advanced sales and marketing skills. And you need to have a focus, guys, on continuous training and developing yourself and your skills all the time. Over in the freelance model, the bread and butter plastering model, plasterers get stuck in that model because they've learned how to skim a wall and how to use a straight edge, and then they stop learning. They think, well, I've got my skills now, I don't need to learn anymore now. I've done my time at college, and then they get trapped because they might buy a house, get a car on tick, get a van on finance. So the whole focus is, let's keep getting these jobs skimming out people's houses, or, you know, doing K-rend or whatever it is. Let's keep getting these jobs in because we've got to pay the bills. So their focus goes off training, off learning, and that's why the coaching group's here. You know, it's to help you, give you easy access to training and knowledge and business skills, because I know how it is when you're in that position. You've got to feed the kids. You know, oftentimes we haven't got time to think about our future and think about upskilling our business and learning new skills and training. We just haven't got time or money. The money might not be there, which is why this runs 80p a day, because I didn't have the money for business coaching. I'll be totally honest with you. I couldn't afford business coaching for a good decade when I first started. And that's why I never got it, because I couldn't afford it. And it's unaffordable for most new plasterers. The average cost of a business coach is like £100 an hour or something daft like that. So oftentimes, guys, we can't afford business coaches. But it's so important that we do get business coaching. Otherwise, we will never be able to push forward and move the needle. We'll become stuck in the freelancer mindset. So I hope that's given you guys a good sort of overview of what you can do when you go self-employed working as a plasterer in the UK, and the 3 different models that are used to try and explain it. But the key focus is going to be finding work when you go self-employed, guys, and getting the right mindset, getting the mindset right. When you work for somebody else is always responsible for things that go wrong. They're responsible for time management. They tell you when you can go and have a lunch break, etc. And I'm talking about people that, you know, they're on the books as an employee. You know when you're supposed to turn up, you know when you're going to have your lunch, you know when you can switch off and clock off. And if things go wrong, you run out of materials, it's someone else's problem. When you go self-employed, you're taking on 100% responsibility for absolutely everything. So the buck stops with you now. And sometimes that can really wobble people when they're not used to it. They jump into self-employment, start taking on all this responsibility and pressure, and you know, they throw the towel in because they've gone self-employed and increased their hand skills, but they haven't increased their mental mindset to be able to fit that leadership position. Being self-employed, everything's on you. So you've got to wear a lot of different hats when you go self-employed, guys. It's not just a case of, you know, turn up, slap some plaster on and put the invoice in. If you want to build a professional business and a professional brand in your local area where you live, it's going to take a mindset shift to do that, because you've got to learn these off the tools skills in your sales, your marketing, your communication. You need a kind of helicopter view of how each little component works in your business. There's a lot to it. So that's why the coaching program's there, to help you guys to learn that in an easy to understand format that's affordable. So consider coaching, and that was tip number 5, was consider some coaching. And if it's not Trowel Talk coaching, consider being coached by somebody else. But get some business coaching, guys, because it's so vital that we learn these skills and these points off the tools.